Walk into any Homesense in Canada and you'll feel like you've discovered a treasure hunt. Designer brands at discount prices, unique home decor you won't find anywhere else, that perfect throw pillow that somehow costs less than your morning coffee. It feels spontaneous, exciting, almost lucky. But here's the uncomfortable truth most Canadian shoppers never realize. Nothing about your Homesense experience is accidental. Every markdown sticker, every compare at price, every strategically placed clearance rack, it's all part of a carefully engineered system designed to make you spend more while feeling like you're winning. What if I told you that those incredible deals might not be deals at all? That the scarcity you feel when you see only one left is manufactured? That the pricing strategy behind those red tags has more to do with psychology than actual value? Today we're exposing 10 shopping secrets that Homesense and its parent company TJX Companies don't want you to know. From hidden markup schemes to inventory manipulation tactics, from quality control issues to return policy loopholes that favor the store over you. By the end of this video, you'll never walk through those doors the same way again. And if you're a regular Homesense shopper, what you're about to learn could save you hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars a year. If this video helps you shop smarter and avoid the traps that catch millions of Canadians, hit that like button and subscribe to North America Crisis Radar for more consumer watchdog content that protects your wallet. Secret number 1, the compare at price is almost always fictional. Let's start with the biggest illusion in the store. You see a lamp with a tag that says $39.99, compare at $89.99, and your brain instantly calculates, I'm saving $50. According to retail pricing analysts, this is exactly what TJX Companies wants you to think. But here's what's really happening. Those compare at prices, also called manufacturer's suggested retail prices, often represent what the item might sell for in a high-end boutique under ideal circumstances, not what you'd actually pay in the real marketplace. Industry reports suggest that many items at Homesense were manufactured specifically for the off-price retail channel. Translation, they were never intended to sell at that higher price point anywhere. The manufacturer created them with Homesense's price range in mind from the start. According to consumer protection investigations across North America, as of the time of making this video, these compare-it prices can be inflated by 50 to 100% or more above any legitimate market value. But here's the kicker. Even for genuine brand name items, that compare-it price might reflect a brief moment when the item sold at full retail in a handful of stores before being marked down everywhere else. By the time it reaches Homesense, similar items might be available online at comparable or even lower prices. Your defense strategy. Before you get excited about that 70% off sticker, pull out your phone. Search the brand and product type on Amazon, Wayfair, or other online retailers. More often than shoppers realize, Homesense's amazing deal is just market price with theatrical pricing. Secret number 2, the treasure hunt model is designed to trigger impulse buying. You've probably noticed that Homesense's layout feels chaotic, almost overwhelming. According to retail psychology experts, this isn't poor organization, it's a calculated strategy called the treasure hunt shopping experience. Here's how it manipulates your buying behavior. When you can't predict what you'll find or where you'll find it, your brain releases dopamine, the same neurochemical associated with gambling. You start thinking, if I don't buy this now, it'll be gone forever. This creates urgency and bypasses your rational decision-making process. Reports from retail industry insiders suggest that Homesense and its sister stores deliberately avoid organized, predictable layouts. Items are scattered across sections. Inventory changes constantly. They want you to wander the entire store because the longer you stay, the more you buy. Studies on off-price retail behavior indicate that shoppers in treasure hunt environments spend approximately 40 to 60% more than they planned because the format encourages just-in-case purchases. The manufactured scarcity is the genius part. Industry analysts note that Homesense intentionally stocks limited quantities of each item, sometimes just 1 or 2 pieces. This isn't because they can't get more, it's because scarcity drives irrational purchasing decisions. You see one decorative bowl, you assume it's rare and valuable, and you buy it immediately even though you don't need it. Pro tip: if you see something you like, leave the store. Think about it for 24 hours. If you still want it and it's truly necessary, go back. According to consumer behavior research, this cooling off period prevents up to 70% of regret purchases. Yes, sometimes the item will be gone, but that's actually a good thing if you didn't need it anyway. Secret number 3. The quality isn't what the brand name suggests. Here's something that shocks first-time bargain hunters. That Kate Spade bag or Michael Kors wallet you found at Homesense. According to retail industry investigations, there's a strong possibility it was never sold in a Kate Spade or Michael Kors flagship store. As of the time of making this video, many designer brands produce separate, lower-quality lines specifically for off-price retailers. These items are manufactured with cheaper materials, less attention to detail, and simplified designs. They carry the brand name and logo, which is technically legal, but they're not the same product you'd find at full-price retailers. Consumer reports from fashion industry watchdogs note that these outlet or off-price versions often have subtle indicators. Tags might say Kate Spade New York instead of just Kate Spade, or have a small diamond symbol, circle, or square stitched inside, indicating it's a diffusion line. The quality difference can be significant: thinner leather, plastic hardware instead of metal, looser stitching, and fabrics that wear out faster. But here's where it gets even more complicated. According to supply chain analysts, some items at Homesense are overstock or returns from regular retail, which means they're genuine quality. Others are returns with defects that weren't caught, and others still are those purpose-made cheaper versions. The problem: as a shopper, you can't easily tell which category your item falls into. Your protection strategy: inspect everything obsessively. Check stitching, hardware, fabric weight, and lining quality. Compare the item in your hands to the brand's flagship products online. If it feels noticeably cheaper, that's because it probably is. The brand name means nothing if the actual product is inferior. Secret number 4. The return policy sounds good until you actually try to use it. Homesense advertises a straightforward return policy: 30 days with receipt for a full refund. Sounds reasonable, right? But according to customer complaints documented across review platforms and social media as of the time of making this video, the actual experience can be dramatically different. Customer reports suggest that Homesense staff have significant discretion in how they interpret the policy. Some locations are generous, accepting returns even with minor receipt issues. Other locations reportedly make the process difficult, requiring manager approval for anything beyond the most basic returns, or finding technicalities to deny refunds. Items with removed tags, according to customer experiences shared online, seem particularly problematic. Multiple shoppers report being told that items can't be returned without the original tags attached, even within the 30-day window. Damaged or defective items, consumer advocates note, also face scrutiny. Customers report being questioned extensively about how the damage occurred, with some stores suggesting that any damage must have happened at home, not before purchase. Here's what makes this especially frustrating. Because Homesense operates as a discount retailer with rapidly changing inventory, staff often claim they can't verify that an item actually came from their store without tags or with a faded receipt. This creates a situation where your 30-day return window is theoretically valid, but practically useless if you've thrown away tags or if your receipt fades, which thermal paper receipts often do. Your strategy: photograph your receipt immediately after purchase and keep tags in a drawer for 30 days. Document any defects with photos before you leave the store. Understand that persistence often works. If a store manager denies your reasonable return, calling TJX customer service may override that decision to protect the brand reputation. Know your rights under provincial consumer protection legislation, which often supersedes store policies for defective merchandise. Secret number 5. Homesense's parent company prioritizes shareholder returns over store experience. This one will open your eyes to what's really happening behind the scenes. Tiajibwe Shandur the first Purchardinsan JX Companies, which owns Homesense, Winners and Marshalls in Canada, is a publicly traded corporation. According to their financial reports as of the time of making this video, TJX has consistently increased dividends and engaged in aggressive share buyback programs, returning billions of dollars to shareholders. Now, there's nothing inherently wrong with rewarding investors. That's how public companies operate. But here's the uncomfortable question. While TJX is funneling massive cash back to shareholders, have you noticed your Homesense shopping experience improving at the same rate? According to customer reviews aggregated across multiple platforms, common complaints include reduced staffing leading to long checkout lines, fewer employees available to help locate items, declining cleanliness and store organization, and increasing prices despite the discount positioning. Industry analysts note that when retail companies prioritize shareholder returns over reinvestment in stores, staff training, and product quality, the customer experience inevitably suffers. The numbers tell a clear story. As of the time of making this video, TJX focuses on extraction, maximizing profit margins, and returning cash to investors, rather than building value for customers through better service or deeper discounts. For shoppers, this means you're essentially subsidizing investor profits through higher prices and reduced service. That understaffed store with messy aisles and long lines? That's a deliberate choice to keep labor costs down and profit margins up. Secret number 6. The inventory system creates intentional stock shortages. Remember how we talked about the treasure hunt model? Here's the dark side of how it actually works. According to retail supply chain analysts, Homesense intentionally operates with a just-in-time, limited inventory system. They receive small quantities of each item and rarely restock the exact same product. This isn't because they can't get more inventory, it's a deliberate strategy to maintain the perception of scarcity and urgency. Industry insiders suggest that this model serves multiple purposes for TJX. First, it minimizes their warehousing and storage costs. Second, it reduces the risk of unsold inventory sitting on shelves. Third, and most importantly, it trains shoppers to buy immediately rather than wait, because waiting means missing out. But here's what consumers need to understand. That one-of-a-kind vase you're stressing over? According to supply chain reports, similar or identical items are likely available through the manufacturer's other retail channels or online. The scarcity at Homesense is real within their system, but artificial in the broader marketplace. Even more concerning, according to discussions in Canadian consumer forums, shoppers sometimes report seeing the exact same rare find items appear and reappear in different Homesense locations weeks apart, suggesting that the scarcity might be more about rotating limited stock through stores than actual rarity. Your defense: resist the urgency. If you genuinely need an item, buy it. But don't let manufactured scarcity trick you into buying something you don't need just because it might be gone tomorrow. It probably will be gone, but that's because Homesense designed it that way, not because the item is actually valuable or rare. Secret number 7. Many items are past season, discontinued, or irregular. Here's something Homesense doesn't explicitly advertise. A significant portion of their inventory consists of items that other retailers couldn't sell. According to retail industry analysis, Homesense acquires merchandise through several channels. Overstock from department stores, past season items that didn't sell during their prime retail window, discontinued products that manufacturers want to clear out, and irregular or slightly defective items that didn't pass quality control for regular retail. For shoppers, this creates a quality lottery. That designer bedding set might be from 3 seasons ago with outdated patterns. Those kitchen gadgets might have been discontinued because of performance issues or customer complaints. Those towels might be irregulars with slight color variations or weaving defects. Consumer Watchdog reports note that while Homesense is supposed to mark irregular items clearly, enforcement is inconsistent. Customers report finding defects only after getting home, items with uneven hems, mismatched colors, missing components, or poor quality materials. The past season angle is particularly relevant for home decor and seasonal items. According to retail experts, what you see in January at Homesense was likely produced for the previous spring or summer season. By the time you're decorating your home with it, the look is already outdated in the broader design world. This doesn't matter if you love the item for its own sake, but it does matter if you're assuming you're getting current on-trend merchandise. Your protection strategy: inspect every item thoroughly before purchase. Unfold linens completely, check for stains, tears, or color inconsistencies. Test small appliances if possible, or ensure you keep packaging for easy returns. Understand that discount often means couldn't sell elsewhere, and ask yourself why that might be before committing to the purchase. Secret number 8. The pricing isn't consistent even within the same store. Here's a frustrating secret that catches shoppers off guard. According to customer reports shared online, Homesense's pricing can vary dramatically even for similar or identical items within the same location. Industry observers note that because Homesense acquires inventory through multiple channels and at different times, pricing is often arbitrary rather than systematic. You might find two nearly identical picture frames in different sections of the store, one priced at $12.99 and another at $19.99, with no clear reason for the difference. Consumer advocacy groups point out that this inconsistent pricing benefits the store, not the shopper. It makes price comparison difficult and creates confusion about whether you're actually getting a good deal. Some customers report finding the same item with different prices on different visits, suggesting that pricing strategies change based on inventory levels or sales targets. Even more concerning, according to discussions on Canadian consumer forums, some shoppers report that prices seem to increase as items sit on shelves longer, the opposite of normal clearance pricing. While this hasn't been officially confirmed by TJX, the complaints are frequent enough to raise questions. Your strategy: don't assume that because it's at Homesense, it's the best price. Compare similar items within the store, check online prices, and never assume that discount retailer automatically means lowest price available. Secret number 9. The clearance section isn't always the best deal. Walk to the back of any Homesense and you'll find the clearance section marked with additional discount stickers. Logically, this should be where the best deals are, right? According to retail pricing analysts, not necessarily. Here's what's actually happening. Some clearance items are genuinely marked down because they've been in store too long or have minor defects, but other items, consumer watchdogs suggest, are placed in clearance sections as a psychological anchor. Industry insiders note that retailers sometimes move items to clearance sections and add a secondary markdown sticker that brings the price to exactly where they wanted it all along. The original Compare It price was inflated. The regular Homesense price was already their target, and the clearance price is simply that same price with a different sticker, creating the illusion of an additional discount. Customer reports indicate that some clearance items are damaged, heavily used returns, or have missing components that aren't immediately obvious. The clearance discount might not compensate for the fact that you're buying a compromised product. Your defense: scrutinize clearance items even more carefully than regular stock. Calculate the actual cost per use or cost per quality. A $15 clearance bath mat that falls apart in 3 months is more expensive than a $30 regular priced mat that lasts 3 years. The red sticker means nothing if the underlying value isn't there. Secret number 10. The designer brand might be a licensed name with no quality control. Here's the final secret that ties everything together. According to fashion and retail industry reports, many of the designer brands you see at Homesense operate on a licensing model. The actual designer or original company sold the rights to use their name to a manufacturer who produces lower-cost items under that brand. These licensed products are legal and legitimate in terms of trademark, but they have nothing to do with the original designer's vision, quality standards, or reputation. Consumer advocates note that this licensing practice is particularly common with legacy designer brands that have been sold or have struggled financially. The name retains cash and recognition, but the actual products are manufactured by third parties with minimal oversight. As of the time of making this video, shoppers may buy a Givenchy wallet or a Calvin Klein vase at Homesense, assuming they're getting the quality associated with those names, when in reality they're getting a licensed product manufactured to a price point, not a quality standard. This explains why some designer items at Homesense feel surprisingly cheap or poorly made, because they are. The designer name is just marketing. The actual product is mass-produced merchandise designed to hit Homesense's price range. Your protection strategy: don't buy the brand name, buy the actual item in your hands. Ignore the label and evaluate the materials, construction, and design objectively. If it looks and feels cheap, it is cheap, regardless of whose name is stamped on it. Bonus secret: the store layout is designed to maximize your spending, not your convenience. Here's a bonus secret for those paying close attention. According to retail design consultants, every aspect of Homesense's layout is engineered to keep you in the store longer and impulse buying more. The most profitable items, things with the highest markup like candles, small decor, and accessories, are placed in high-traffic areas near entrances and checkout lines. Larger furniture items that draw people in are placed at the back, forcing you to walk through everything else first. The checkout area, according to retail psychology research, is deliberately cluttered with small, low-cost items that seem like throwaway purchases: keychains, candy, travel-sized toiletries. Industry analysts note that these as-seen purchases at checkout can add 10 to 20% to your total bill without you consciously deciding to buy them. The path through the store is intentionally convoluted. There's no clear straight route to what you need, which means you see more products, which means you buy more products you didn't plan to buy. So there you have it. 10 secrets plus a bonus that Homesense doesn't advertise in their marketing. From fictional comparative prices to manufactured scarcity, from inconsistent quality to manipulative store design, from shareholder-focused corporate priorities to inventory systems designed to create urgency. This isn't about saying never shop at Homesense, it's about shopping with your eyes open. Understand that the treasure hunt is really a psychological manipulation. That the designer deal might be neither designer nor a deal. That the urgency you feel is manufactured, not real. Use Homesense when you've done your research, know market prices, and have found something you genuinely need at a genuinely good price. But never forget, in the discount retail game, if you're not paying attention, you're not hunting for treasures, you're being hunted. If this video opened your eyes to how Homesense really operates, smash that like button, subscribe to North America Crisis Radar, and hit the notification bell. We expose what major Canadian retailers don't want you to know because informed consumers are powerful consumers. What's been your experience at Homesense? Have you fallen for any of these tricks? Drop your stories in the comments below, and remember, always shop smart, not impulsive. This is North America Crisis Radar, protecting Canadian shoppers one video at a time.